So we are headed to, drum roll please, Morocco! Actually, before we go, let me give y'all a little bit of a backstory as to why I even decided to fly to Morocco in the first place. Honestly, it was really hard to execute my creative vision in the way that I wanted to in London. It was really expensive, and the truth of the matter is, it was cheaper for me to fly to Morocco, stay there for 3 days, and shoot the collection how I wanted it to come out. And that is why I've decided to go to London. And that is why I've decided to go shoot in Morocco. But I'm telling you guys, it has not been easy. Okay? To be very honest, I actually wanted to shoot in London. I had everything down in terms of who I wanted to shoot, the model that I wanted to work with. But unfortunately, the day before, I'm telling you, the day before the shoot was supposed to happen, the model agency canceled on me. They canceled on me and they decided to like switch out the terms. I wouldn't say they canceled on me. What had happened is we had an agreement. And we came to the agreement pretty early on, a few weeks before, handled the rate and everything. And then a couple weeks after, someone else, a different representative from the agency, decided to reach out and say that they will not be going forward with it based on the rate and the agreements that we had in place, which kind of just made everything crumble, really and truly. And so the new rates and the new terms that they came back with was just really absurd, and it just made more sense for me to just cancel the shoot. So unfortunately, I canceled the shoot in London the day before, and then I started plotting because I wanted a mix of an indoor and outdoor shoot. But then because of the time of season that we're in currently, it's so hard to get good weather. And so around the time that I wanted to shoot, I think for 3 weeks it had been really gray. There was no sunlight at all, and it was really going to affect the photos and the videos and everything. And I was like, okay, I have to think on my toes now. Where can I go that is sunny and can give me a similar vibe to what I'm looking for? But at the end of the day, it was a whole different vibe, which is fine. I had to create a new mood board, and I decided to fly to Morocco. So yeah, let's see how it's going in Morocco. So guys, first day I landed in Morocco, everything is going amazing. I was doing a lot of research on TikTok to see what the experience is like traveling to Morocco for the first time. And I got a lot of mixed reviews online. I will say I stumbled on a lot of negative things, but I didn't experience anything negative whatsoever. I'm really, really excited that I didn't let that deter me from still pushing on and traveling. The immigration flowing through was very easy, very prompt. I got to my hotel okay. I always felt safe. Everything was incredible. Now, where stuff started going south was the location for the shoot. So what happened is that I'd been coordinating with different riads. What a riad is, it's a traditional Moroccan hotel, and they have a lot of aesthetics, a lot of vibes, depending on what you're trying to go for. There are more traditional riads, and then nowadays there are new modern riads coming out that follow a more minimalist or a more contemporary type of aesthetic. So I love that there were different options that I could find. But what happened is I'd been speaking to so many managers and owners of riads, and I was able to come up with about 3 places that I wanted to pick from, because I wanted to shoot in 2 riads. So the day that I land, I go to look at these 2 riads to make sure that the vibe is correct, make sure that, you know, everything looks according to the photos and the videos that I had seen beforehand. A lot of them knew that I was coming the day that I was coming, so that I could go in, inspect everything. We could talk through, you know, the rates and everything that was required to do the shoot. I landed at 2 riads that I wanted. I went to do the visitation. They were so incredible, opened their arms to me. Everything was fantastic. And then after seeing those 2 riads, the first one, I was supposed to pay. We had decided what was going to go on. And then afterwards, everything was great. And then after visiting the riads, I got back to my hotel the night before the shoot. One of the riads calls me and says, unfortunately, actually they text me and they say, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to shoot here anymore. We don't want you to shoot here anymore. I was so confused. I was texting. I was like, what is the issue? Is it a rate situation? Can we renegotiate? Because mind you, when we were even discussing rates, they never came to me with a rate. They told me, listen, tell us what you want and give us a proposal. Okay. They were like, we don't even know what to charge you. So I guess they hadn't really done photo shoots before. However, other riads that I had called and spoken to, they seem to have had a lot of photo shoots and stuff going on in Morocco, because I know that there's like a very big creative scene that happens there, especially within fashion, because they have beautiful sceneries. So I knew that there was infrastructure in that sense, but for some reason, this riad just calls me or texts me and tells me that they don't want me to shoot anymore. And I started asking questions because the guy was super nice, the manager that I was talking to. And I really wanted to understand and gain more clarity as to why all of a sudden they've decided to cancel this. And after getting to a certain level of communication, the manager of the riad tells me that the owner of the location said he doesn't want a woman shooting there. And I was like, okay, woman being me or woman being the model? But apparently it was the model. And I guess the guy is just very traditional in his thinking and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. No worries. God has different plans. So I decided to talk to the other riad and tell them, hey, can I extend the time that I'm going to be there? And they were like, absolutely, it's fine. So we decided to shoot in only one riad. And the blessing behind this one is that I shot there for 6 hours and I didn't pay a dime. The person that owned this riad was a woman. She was so incredibly kind. She gave us a room in the riad for free for the models to change and to just feel relaxed. They gave us Moroccan tea, beverages. It was so incredible. And she was like, all we have to do is just tag them on Instagram. And I'm like, God, if this is not you, I don't know what in the world I can classify this as. It was literally just favor from the Lord. And so we shot at this beautiful, beautiful riad. And it was incredible. The team that I worked with were so professional. I had one male model, one female model, and we shot for 4 hours. And then the remaining couple hours, the videographer and I spent time taking B-roll shots of the clothes themselves. And it was just an incredible time. I'm so happy that the shoot didn't even work out in London in the first place. And I'm glad that I decided to bet on myself, bet on the location, and just fly to a whole different continent to work with people I had never met before, all to chase this creative dream. And it turned out to be incredible. I'm just so grateful. And to anyone that's watching this, I hope you actually take the time to put yourself out there, try your luck, go with your gut. And I'll always say that there's no such thing as rejection. It's always redirection. When I had the issue with the model agency canceling on me in London and I couldn't do the shoot in London anymore, who would have known that it was going to be for my benefit? It was for a greater good. And one thing I do have to say is that it was so much cheaper. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I have to reiterate and re-emphasize that it was so much cheaper for me to fly to Morocco, stay there for a couple days, heck, even have a day where I was able to see the city, do all the touristy things, and shoot this collection. And everything cost me way less than what I would have paid in London to shoot at a specific location that I wanted with certain models, with a certain time that I was looking at. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. London is expensive. Hopefully I'll be able to shoot here and get my creative vision out when we have a bigger budget. But for now, this is what we were able to do, and I'm so excited. And this is your chance, this is your sign to bet on yourself. You never know where it can take you, you never know where it can lead. And thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for being a 919 Vrede watcher. We really appreciate it, and we just want to keep on showing y'all behind the scenes, seeing how stuff goes down, and yeah, hopefully you stay here for a long time and a good time. See you in the next one. Bye.